what words of wisdom would you give to someone who's earlier in their career? Maybe something that you wish you would have known earlier or something that's helped you along the way.
First, that segues very nicely into the book Emotional Survival for Law Enforcement. Kevin Gilmartin is the author, and I will tell you that I received the book 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago now, and I did like what every good cop does. I handed it to my wife and did not read it, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward 20 years, and I was at a police chiefs conference here in the state of Florida, and Kevin Gilmartin was speaking, and I listened for an hour, and I was blown away that he described me and why I behaved the way I did when I went home, that emotional roller coaster. And at the end of the day, I had nothing left in the tank, and I was, you're up here, and then all of a sudden you're down here. And
Mhm.
even though the up here may be bad for you, and it may be critical incidents and blood and guts and gore and bad things, the brain still is very turned on by that and likes it.
Mm.
You may not like it, but your brain does, right? Chemically. And then you come down and what do you have? You're nothing left to give your family, your wife, your kids. What do you want to do? Nothing. Where do you want to go? I don't care. What do you want to have for dinner? I don't care. What do you want? Movie? I don't care. And this book, Emotional Survival for Law Enforcement, addresses that and offers mitigation measures to deal with it. So, so I listened for an hour. We took a break. I went out and saw my wife at the conference. She was out in the lobby. And I described the book. She said, "Oh, I read that book 20 years ago. It's the reason we're still married." I said, "Wow, that's saying a lot." So
Yeah.
so I went back in and I told Kevin Gilmar, and he said, "Oh, I get that response all the time." So it's required reading for us at the UCF Police Department. I know a lot when at every class I teach now, a handful of people will raise their hand saying they read it. So I highly recommend it, and I highly recommend that spouses, significant others, family members read it. I did a keynote at an academy graduation, and um, and I talked about the book. And fast forward a year later, I was teaching CIT, and two people had graduated from that academy class, and they had bought the book and read it with their significant other, and it made a big difference. And of course, one of my officers, came forward and said that he read it with his wife, and it saved his marriage too. So I'm a big fan. I don't get a dime for endorsing it, although I should. But I think that even if you don't read all of it, at least hand it to your significant other and have them read it because I think it'll make a difference. That's one thing as a new officer that I would do. And I would also stress taking care of yourself. You can't help others if you are not your best self. So work out, get sleep, eat right, do all of those things. I mean, they sound very basic, but I'm a big time runner, and if I don't sign up for, so I sign up for a run every year. Usually, it was marathons for a long time, and now it's half marathons because I don't have time. But and I love to bike, so I've done the Police Unity Tour 3 times, and I do usually one long bike ride and one half marathon every year, and then some shorter runs. But that's what keeps me sane. That's what keeps me fit and ready to do the job and my best self. And my wife knows if I haven't worked out, if there's I'm grumpy. I'm grumpy Carl and grumpy Chief, and no one wants that, right? But highly recommend that you take care of yourself first, and you have to set aside the time and schedule the time. And if you do that, then you'll be your best police officer self, your best husband self, wife self, and then you won't be caught with that full balloon ready to burst.